Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
The St. Francis County Sheriff's Department is investigating another murder. Reynolds County schools are asking for voter support, and Three Rivers College has announced a new scholarship. All of these stories are coming up.
The weekend is almost here in southeast Missouri. Will it be a nice one? I'll give you all the details coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories we're working on for you at this hour. Police have identified 29-year-old Anthony Tony Hatley as the suspect in a murder that occurred at Goose Creek around 11:30 Tuesday night. Hatley has been charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in connection with the shooting death of 24-year-old Harley Zavadi. Reports say that bond was not set. According to the Sheriff's Department, Hatley and Zavadi were cousins and living together in the same residence. Now, this is the second murder at Goose Creek this year. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our Storm Tracker forecast. Dustin, what can we expect?
Thanks a lot, Fred. Looking at your first forecast, it's chilly out there today. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper 20s and some lower 30s out there. Of course, down in Poplar Bluff, we're at 37, 36 in Cape Girardeau. Further north, you go a little cooler in Fredericktown, 30, 27 in St. Genevieve, Potosi, 25 and 24 right now in Festus. Going through the evening hours this evening, we will be seeing a partly cloudy sky throughout the evening hours. We'll give you your latest forecast coming up later in weather.
The Southern Reynolds County School District will be asking voters this April for their approval of Proposition Kids. Kids meaning keep improving the district schools. School Superintendent Mike Redlick tells 18 Eyewitness News what Prop Kids will do for the school.
We have decided to run the no tax increase bond issue. We became aware that we were in a position to bond in conjunction with our FEMA safe room enough to really make some safety and security upgrades.
If Proposition Kids passes, it will correspond with their FEMA grant that the district received in September of last year. Redlick says the district has two main goals with the FEMA grant, which involves safety. One being finishing the FEMA safe room so it can be used during the regular school day, and the other connecting the junior high and high school with the elementary school. Benevolence tax credits are a big topic at the Missouri State Capitol this week. State Senator Gary Romine explains that the final details have been perfected.
We got a chance to perfect the bill concerning benevolence tax credits Monday night. That was a rather lengthy session. We were out there about 9:30 once we did get the final details of the issue resolved. But as a co-sponsor of that bill, I was very proud and excited that we were able to perfect it and now get it over to the House side to get the job finished.
Romine says that all of the tax credits are important. However, there are a couple that are near and dear to him.
The food pantries in the area serve a major need, particularly for some folks in our district, and the Pregnancy Resource Center is a vital part of our community, and the way they help and lead and guide young women through the pregnancy issues, as opposed to going into any kind of consideration of abortion, but find a way to raise that child and provide a life for that child.
And as Gary said, the bill is waiting for the House to finish. Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff has announced the creation of the Florina Karlstrom Memorial Scholarship. That's for nursing and healthcare students. TRCC's Director of Developmental and Government Affairs, Emily Parks, tells 18 Eyewitness News who's qualified.
This endowed scholarship is in particular for a nursing and allied health student from the Malden area. In this case, if there is not a student from the Malden High School that is going into the Nursing and Allied Health program here at Three Rivers, then the second choice goes to a student from the Dunklin County area.
Emily explains how the scholarships work.
The family decided to do an endowed scholarship for Miss Karlstrom, which is when you endow a scholarship, you can only use the return on investment. The corpus will always remain the same in an endowed scholarship. So you can only use the return on investment to to award a student that amount of money every year.
Students interested in this scholarship can visit our website at kdkz18.com to get contact information to Three Rivers College. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, a man on the run for over 2 years is finally caught. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
How can heat also be cool? When it comes from targeted induction technology, which uses electromagnetic waves to quick heat your pan, boiling up to 40% faster, while the surface around it stays perfectly cool to the touch. It's faster, hotter, and, well, cooler.
Hi, Bob Seabaugh at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance. Come and see this and other great features and benefits that will amaze you. Now on sale at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance in downtown Fredericktown.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The Stoddard County Sheriff's Department arrested a man wanted since 2010 in connection with one of the largest indoor marijuana growing operations. Stoddard County deputies uncovered the operation back in October of 2010. Then 33-year-old Don Murphy got away and has been on the loose ever since. Murphy was arrested after Sheriff Carl Hefner received a tip that Murphy had made it out to California, where he was allegedly doing the same thing. Another tip came in that Murphy was back in southeast Missouri near the Lake Wapapello area. Murphy was found and arrested. Murphy has been charged with Class B felony manufacturing of marijuana and Class A felony trafficking in the first degree. He's currently in the Stoddard County Jail on a $125,000 cash-only bond. 23-year-old William Ramey of Kennett is under arrest following a four-wheeler theft investigation in that community. Ramey was taken to the Dunklin County Jail Monday, awaiting formal filing of felony stealing charges. Police were notified Monday about 2 four-wheelers being taken from the 500 block of North Everett Street in Kennett. About 2 hours later, the victim told police they got information about possible whereabouts of 2 suspicious four-wheelers hidden behind a residence on Clipper Street. Once officers arrived on the scene, they saw the man run, and the officers detained him. Both four-wheelers were identified as the ones stolen.
How's your Friday going to turn out? Well, I'll give you all the details next. We'll be right back.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
With extended hours, let the UPS store pack and ship your gifts.
Hi, I'm Steve from the UPS store in Farmington, Missouri. Me and my staff would like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather headlines for southeast Missouri. We're going to be seeing bone-chilling cold temperatures tonight. Flurries are also possible, but I don't see much in the way of any precipitation out of tonight's weather. And it looks like we're going to see sunny skies tomorrow, but on the cloudy side for your Saturday. Currently here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are all over the board, from 24 in Festus, 27 in St. Genevieve. Further south you go, we start getting in the 30s, 30 in Fredericktown, 36 in Cape Girardeau, and 37 right now in Poplar Bluff. Currently here at the studio, we have cloudy skies and a temperature of 27 degrees. Feels like 15 out there because of that northwest wind at 15. Current dew point at 13, humidity at 55%. What's in store for your Friday? Well, we'll see plenty of sunshine as a high-pressure system is over the Midwest. Plenty of sunshine, but colder temperatures. As we go through the night tonight, though, it's going to be bone-chilling cold. Not 10 degrees, maybe a flurry or two, but otherwise partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies depending on where you are. Northwest wind 10 to 15, gusting at 25 at times. 7 in Festus through Potosi, 12 in Ellington, 11 in Van Buren, 16 in Poplar Bluff, and 15 for your overnight low in Cape Girardeau. Tomorrow we're warming up to the lower 30s in most areas. It's just going to be another chilly day. 28 in Festus under a partly sunny sky. Further south, you go a little bit warmer, mostly to partly sunny skies tomorrow. 32 in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. The next several days look like this throughout southeast Missouri. On your Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 45. Mostly sunny on Sunday, high of 48. 55 on Monday, partly sunny. Mostly sunny on Tuesday and Wednesday as temperatures will be around the 50-degree mark. And then some showers in the area on your Thursday, with a high of 53. Another look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. Mostly cloudy skies on Saturday, high of 45, low of 30. 48 and mostly sunny on Sunday, with a low of 32. That is a check of your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at kdkz18.com. Just click on the weather tab. We'll be right back.
Let's take a look at our 2-minute tour of Missouri on Channel 18. We first start, the University of Missouri has identified the person who attacked and killed a 72-year-old research professor 8 years ago in a campus parking garage. Timothy Hogue of Columbia has been identified as the man who stabbed the protein chemist to death, stuffed him in the trunk of his car, and then set the car on fire. Hogue committed suicide in August of last year by jumping from the roof of a downtown parking garage. MU police said that an unidentified person came forward after Hogue's death with information linking him to the crime. An Indianapolis woman will not be facing charges for leaving her 9-year-old son alone in a St. Louis hotel room while she went out drinking. Reports say that on Tuesday, prosecutors decided against charges for the 29-year-old woman, saying that she did nothing to violate the state statute. According to police, they were notified by a business near the hotel about some clothing and a purse that had been found. Police traced the items back to the hotel room where they found the boy, who had been alone for about 9 hours. When the mother finally returned, she said that she had went out for drinks but didn't mean to leave her son alone for that long. One of several public hearings on a proposed smoking ban in St. Joseph showed how diverse the issue is likely to be. Media reports say that about 40 people turned out for the hearing earlier this week. Out of the 16 that spoke out, half were in favor of the proposal. The City Council will review their comments, which will decide whether to pass the proposed ordinance limiting indoor smoking, amend the proposal, or put it up to a public vote. Under the current proposal, indoor smoking would be banned in public places except bars with fewer than 50 seats. 6 more hearings are expected. St. Charles County Police believe they have solved a string of more than 24 break-ins of vacant homes. Police have arrested 23-year-old Joshua Middleton, who is suspected in 27 break-ins, stealing more than $15,000 worth of copper from vacant homes in St. Peters, O'Fallon, St. Charles, and Cotlerville. Middleton is jailed on a $50,000 bond. And that's a look at your 2-minute tour of Missouri for today.
I'm Stacey Johnson. You know, prescription drugs can get mighty pricey, at least in this country. But what if you buy them overseas? Does it make sense? We're going to find out just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-796-6986.
If you or someone take a brand name medication on a regular basis, we all know how expensive it can be. So should you try an overseas pharmacy? Money expert Stacey Johnson has looked into this and files this report.
The high price of prescription drugs. It's a bitter pill to swallow. In a recent survey of CVS pharmacists, 62% said cost is the biggest reason some patients may not fill prescriptions or take the proper amount. There are ways, though, to tackle the high cost of drugs. There are programs designed to put free prescription drugs in the hands of people who can't afford them. Obviously, generics are a solution, but one thing a lot of people try is buying their medications overseas.
Well, outside the U.S., they sell the same medications that are sold here. It's just that they cost about 80% less.
That's Todd Cooperman, a doctor and owner of website pharmacychecker.com. His site helps match people with low-cost drugs from all over the world and from pharmacies that can be trusted.
What Pharmacy Checker does is vet these pharmacies, actually inspect many of them, check the credentials of all of them to make sure that these are licensed pharmacies in the countries where they exist.
So, according to Dr. Cooperman, as long as you buy from the right places, there's nothing inherently unsafe about getting your medications overseas. And as for price, here are examples supplied by Pharmacy Checker. A 3-month supply of 40 milligram Nexium is more than $700 at Rite Aid. Outside the U.S., however, you can find it for $70. That's a 90% discount. A 3-month supply of 10 milligram Crestor can be $600 here, $60 elsewhere, also 90% less. But then there's the big question, is it legal? Technically, it isn't. But I asked the FDA, will you bust people? Here's what they said. FDA isn't aware of any actions taken against an individual resulting from their purchase of small quantities of unapproved drugs for personal use. Bottom line, if you rely on high-cost drugs, don't take chances with quality, but it's sick to overpay. Get more information. Just go to MoneyTalksNews.com and do a search for drugs. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacey Johnson.
And as Stacey said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, Kdkz18.com. Click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu. Have you ever wondered how rain falls from the clouds? Jason Lindsay, Mr. Science with Hooked on Science, says you can use a few ingredients from around the house to better understand this phenomenon.
This is my science helper. Her name is Brenna. Brenna, give me 5 for science. Have you ever wondered how rain falls from clouds? Yay! Well, it's pretty simple. It's all about the raindrops becoming too heavy. The clouds can't hold them anymore. Gravity pulls them down, and the wind takes the rain who knows where. You can demonstrate that by using a few ingredients from around the house. A glass container filled 3/4 of the way with water. Then you're going to put a cloud on top. It's called shaving cream. Then what Brenda's going to do is take this blue food coloring, which is going to represent the rain. You're going to squeeze a bunch in there. The shaving cream can't hold the blue food coloring anymore. Therefore, it starts to fall through the actual white clouds, so much so that you start to get these little spritz of rain coming down. You can see some in the background there. Isn't that pretty cool? Here, let me squeeze some more there for you, Brenna. I think we've used it all. You can learn more about this by going to our website. That website is hookedonscience.org.
Just go to Kdkz18.com and click on the Hooked on Science link under the Lifestyles menu for this and other experiments that might get you and your family hooked on science.
And coming up in sports, Ballpark Village is coming together in St. Louis. Also, the Blues honored Stan the Man, and Lawrence Bowers was a good return, but it wasn't enough for a Mizzou win on the road. It's all coming up here in Sports Zone.
Tips to make you money delivered daily. The totally free Money Talks newsletter. Sign up now and get my money makeover video, a $50 value, as my gift. MoneyTalksNews.com.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
The St. Louis Cardinals announced on Wednesday, after sealing the necessary financing for the project, the St. Louis Cardinals and real estate development company, Cordish Companies, began preliminary construction work on what will be the future home of Ballpark Village. The first phase of the project, which will cost around $100 million, will cover construction costs of retail and entertainment space along Clark Street, which is adjacent to Busch Stadium. And it'll also cover construction of infrastructure that'll be necessary for future development on the site. The formal groundbreaking ceremony will take place on Friday, February the 8th at 11 a.m. Stan the Man Musial wasn't a St. Louis Blue. However, the Blues honored him before the January 27th game at the Scott Trade Center. Musial's grandson dropped the ceremonial first puck, and each Blues player wore jerseys with Musial and the number 6 on them during the pregame warm-ups. Several of those jerseys worn by the players are now available through an online auction at stlouisblues.com. Proceeds from the jersey auction will benefit the Blues 14 Fund and Cardinals Care. In Wednesday night's game against LSU, Missouri came in close, but no cigar. Lawrence Bowers returned with a warm welcome. However, the leading score wasn't enough to help Mizzou clinch its first road win of the season. The LSU Tigers led Missouri most of the game with a final of 73-70. That's Today in Sports. Fred and Dustin, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Looking at your forecast for the rest of this evening, we're going to see a partly cloudy sky, maybe a few flurries here or there. 26 degrees at 7 p.m. by 9 down to 23. And it looks like warming up just 1 degree by midnight at a temperature of 24. That does it for 18 Eyewitness News. Hope you have a good evening. Newswatch is next, and join us for 18 Eyewitness News tonight at 10 o'clock. Until then, have a good night.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com. Coming up tonight on KDKZ Channel 18.